everyone. Thank you once again for joining me. And basically what we're going to do today, we're going to do something a little bit different. What we're going to do, I'm basically going to start a new series. My trophy collection video I did a few weeks ago, it was one of the first videos I did on this channel. It's actually doing quite well for a first time video anyway. It's not doing amazing. It's just I like that it's nearly hit 1,000 views, and I'm getting some really good feedback off it as well. Grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal to a lot of people, but it's a big deal to me. So I'm going to build upon that. Basically, the feedback I've got is people love seeing all my trophies, and their only criticism on my past video was that I went through my trophy collection way too quickly. So now that I've got the proper tools, almost, I'd rather do this on a capture card on my PS5, which is going to happen in future episodes. But what I want to do here is basically use PSN profiles, and what we're going to do, we're going to go through every single game individually. All right, so this is going to be a long series. I don't know how long this series is going to take, but this is the part one, and we're going to see how long. I mean, I'm hoping these videos are lasting. I don't want them really lasting any longer than an hour each. So these are deep dive videos. They aren't going to have very heavy edits in them. It's just going to be a lot of me talking and me explaining my trophy collection. It's just because that's just what people have asked for, and that's what I'm giving you. All right, so going all the way down to the bottom. Okay, let's start at the beginning. So we have Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. Now, all in all, I think we could all agree it was a really bad game. It lacked, if the word Mortal Kombat's in a game, you're expecting blood, guts. And I'll be honest, I remember seeing the trailer and I was thinking, well, why is everyone excited about this? I mean, you're not going to have Scorpion ripping off Superman's head, are you? With all the blood and guts that Mortal Kombat comes with. It's still got DC in it. It's still got Superman and Batman in it. It's still going to be PC. It's not going to be an 18 rated game. And the trophy for this game really showed that as well. Your typical trophy list, I'd say, for a game like this. I don't really want to stay on it too long, to be honest. But like basically complete the story. There's two stories, if I remember. There was the DC and the MK stories, and then do I think all the same stuff. Like do a certain amount of combos, do a certain amount of brutalities, or what they were called, heroic brutalities in these ones, weren't they? Yeah, really weird. I mean, I've got an A rank here, which it just goes to show how many people actually played this and played a lot of it. So I'm still happy with that. I mean, it's right at the bottom for a good reason. I'm glad it's at the bottom. It's out the way. I don't have to look at it much, really. So moving on, we've got Call of Duty World at War. Okay, so we're actually going to go into this. Again, apologies for this. This might take a bit longer. Every time I click on it, I'm going to have to go right down to the bottom. But when I get my capture card, we're going to do this on my PS5, and it's going to be a damn sight quicker. So that should be coming in time for my next video. If not, it'll definitely be by the video after that. Okay, so I'm expecting at least a 10-part series here and going through all my trophies. So yeah, World at War. I think World at War is one of my favorite, if not my all-time favorite Call of Duty game. I think World War II slowly, I'd say, it's very closely behind it. I'll be honest, if the campaign of World at War was mixed with the multiplayer of World War II, that would be my perfect COD game. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the more recent COD games where we're going, it's the near future and all this tech malarkey. I like the good old school World War or Old War Call of Duties, and they're the best. And what a trophy list this was. I mean, nowadays it's quite standard where we've got to complete a Call of Duty game on veteran difficulty. But I think if some of you can remember, World at War was a tough one to crack, especially towards the end of the game. I think it was the where are we here? I think it was, how far down? Oh God, there was a lot of levels, weren't they? Carlson's, no, it wasn't Semperfi. Okay, now. It was one of the last missions, wasn't it? Well, it's somewhere around here. It might even be that, Bearing the Burden, because that's got a very low trophy rating. That, if I remember correctly, it was you're storming a building at the end, and there's a part where you've got to go through some moats and then through this like, excuse my phone, you've got to go through like this town square, I believe, and just in the old days, the Call of Duty games had these respawn points for enemies. So if you didn't move past a certain point, the enemies would just keep respawning and respawning and respawning. And it's basically, it was pot luck. How I got that and how I got my platinum here is pot luck. All right. And no two ways about it. But a great campaign. I believe, is this the one? This is the one with a sniper one where you had to, I think there's some, where is it? I'm sure there's a trophy in here where, was it where you had to shoot somebody with a pistol from so far away. I'm sure it was this game. It must be on here somewhere. Amazon's Men, Soldiers Burning Death. I'm sure it was this one. Oh well, yeah, let's not stick on it. But again, really good trophy list. There we go. Gunslinger, assassinate General Amso with a pistol shot. Yeah, you can see, but that took me so many goes, and it was a frustrating level because there was no checkpoint, so you basically had to start the whole level all over again. Well, that I did anyway. I don't know if there was a load checkpointing. I mean, it was like, we're talking 13 years ago since I got this trophy, so I can't remember. But yeah, no, all in all, a really good set of trophies. Other than the veteran, and the Black Cats, I remember doing that. That was a pain in the ass to do. The shooting down all the planes. I think that was one of my first trophies where I actually had to look up a guide online to see how you did it, because you had to shoot the planes in a certain way to get all 45. But again, like I said, great trophy set. I mean, I don't even remember getting. I don't think I've got any of those, the map pack ones. I don't think I played the map packs. I just stuck with the basic ones. But all in all, that was a great game. Ended up with one of my first platinum trophies. It's not my first overall. We'll get to that a bit later in the video. But yeah, first platinum, you can see 1% there. So see what still a very rare platinum trophy for the amount of people that have played World at War. So yeah, really proud of World at War. Really good game. I just wish nowadays they would stop messing around and just, I really think they need to do what Assassin's Creed does now and just have a year or two off and just, regather and just think of something different, because it is the formula's getting stale, and I'm not buying them as much as I used to. I mean, Vanguard should be my bread and butter, and I hardly played it. I mean, I did a good, I think I did 20 or 30 hours on that game, mostly zombies, funnily enough. But yeah, let's see what they've got this year. So moving on, Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Now, a lot of people have got the platinums for these games. I struggle with them. I don't know if it's just me being me. I know that some of them are quite easy. I think most of them, it's completing the game on a certain difficulty, because the collectibles, obviously, you can use a guide. But you'll see in most of my early trophy videos, trophy collections here, I don't really use guides a lot. I've just gone in and going guns blazing and didn't really know what I was doing. So, but still an A rank. I'm still proud of that. Any of these that got an A rank, it's great. I think I've done well there. Uncharted, yeah, we'll get to a few more. Well, I played all the Uncharted. The only thing the one I haven't played, it's not. Is it Lost Legacy? The two lasses. That's the only one out of the entire Uncharted I haven't played. Which I'm sure they've just done a collection of it. So I'll have to look at that when I've completed Guardians and when I've got Horizon Forbidden and West sorted. So to be continued for Uncharted at the moment. Moving on to Fallout 3 again. Wow, I mean, what a game Fallout 3 was. All from the teaser with Warner of Exchanges. What's one of the greatest video game teaser trailers ever. And just a massive open world. Now, later on in the video, we'll be discussing Fallout 4. Well, maybe not this video. Might be a few videos time. It's quite far up. But Fallout 3 it was big. I think it was too big for me at the time. I really struggle with big games. I think it's one of the first games of its type, especially that, but I think it's one of the biggest open worlds I'd ever been in at the time. And having all this to do, I just went on and just explored. The reason I've got such a low rank here is because all I did was the story. Like solidly, I did the story. I've got no other trophies here where it's, I think you had a good and bad karma thing on this game. None of those trophies, none of the extra, like side mission trophies. My brother, I believe my brother's got the platinum on this one, and he's even got all the trophies for the DLC as well. He actually absolutely smashed it with Fallout 3. But me, I wasn't. I think I got too lost in the world, as it were. But yeah, that's Fallout 3. So a D rank there again. I'm a bit disappointed in that. It could be a lot higher. It should be here really, but you live and learn. I certainly did with Fallout 4. Let's put it that way. Moving on to Mercenaries 2 World in Flames. Another one. I mean, what I wish they did a sequel to this, or I did like a rehash or a reboot. I mean, this game was fantastic. Talk about stupid sandbox fun. I played the first Mercenaries, and that was fantastic on PlayStation 2. But the second one, and this one is really one of the ones where I really started hitting my stride with my trophies and actually going in and looking at the trophy list and going, right, I need to go and do that. I need to go and do this. So most of these, obviously you've got all the campaign stuff, but I really went for it. You can see I really, really did go for it. I remember doing this, be quick or be dead. I actually had a piece of paper stuck to my chest of drawers in my bedroom in a black marker, and every time I sniped somebody, I ticked it off and I did all 50, and the trophy never popped. And I kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and I don't know if it was a bug, and I don't know if that's why it's such a low score there. But I was gutted I couldn't get that. I'm really gutted. I really did try with that one. And a couple of other ones like these two here, they've been connected to the servers. Now, I didn't get the internet till 2007. Our house, we were late bloomers. I was finishing secondary school in 2008, so that gives you a good idea of how late we had the internet. And even then, we didn't have a Wi-Fi connector. I actually had to go out from a part-time job at the time and buy one. And I remember my mum saying, what's that rubbish? You don't know what you're doing and everything. And I'm like, yeah, sort of, it will work. And this is one of the games I went online for the first time with. And there's I think one of my first online trophies. So that's a pretty special trophy right there. But again, I think if I'd have played the game from the start, I think I would have got the 1 billion as well. I did play this game a lot. And the same with there's all these here, the Aces High and the unlocked all shop items. I did go for it. Again, co-op. That's all online. And I missed out on them. See, I got the experience co-op trophy, but I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I mean, first time going on. I don't know if any of you guys can actually remember going online for the first time. It was daunting. But no, great trophy set. I'd say it's a big bog standard for nowadays. But please, was it Respawn that did Mercenaries? I'm sure it was Respawn. The ones with the gas mask. Or was it Pandemic Studios? One of them, I think they've been acquired, haven't they? Whoever did I think it was Pandemic, because I'm sure they got gobbled up by EA or Ubisoft or whoever. That seems to be the trend nowadays. These little studios aren't lasting any longer just because all the big companies are just gobbling them up. But you need to make another Mercenaries game, please. Great games. So as I went my way down, sorry, I know this is frustrating, guys, but believe me, once I get my capture card and we'll run my PlayStation 5, I won't have to do this. It's why I'm not clicking on every single one, because I have to do that every single time. So thank you for sticking with me. So again, we'll move on. So again, Mercenaries 2, again, rank A, very good. I'm happy with that. Warhawk, again, that's just us. That was definitely my first online only game. I believe Warhawk was an online only PlayStation exclusive title. And again, I didn't know what I was doing. I got killed so many times. And most of those trophies are from the training. I'm doing it all in trading. I mean, the fact that I got an A rank goes to show as well how many people have played that game. And, not a lot of people stuck with it. Well, not from my experience anyway. All my friends at the time were like, nah. And it was only till a few years later when I realized, everyone did like it. It was just a solid game online. But I mean, I have seen people with the platinum. And kudos to you, because some of these, I mean, some of the games I went for platinums on, just the people who've got them, I take my hat off to you, because it's nuts, complete nuts that you've got that. So on to our first, I believe it's our first, yeah, we'll call it our first horror game. So Resident Evil 5, I remember playing this with my brother. I mean, Resident Evil 5 caused a lot of controversy, obviously. We've been set in Africa, and obviously who and what you had to kill, and obviously you had the whole funny thing at the end with Chris smashing a boulder, hitting a boulder to get to the end. I think it get into the rocket launcher or something. But that was my first. I mean, I played Resident Evil 5, but I'd only my introduction was Resi 4. So Resi 5 to me was the way Resident Evil's done, and it wasn't until later I started going back, and I mean way later, and I'm talking like early last year later, when I went back and realized, oh, actually, I mean, I knew there was a certain, there's a fixed camera on the old games, but Resident Evil 5 obviously was over the shoulder, just like Resident Evil 4. I think that's why I liked it as well. But again, a B rank on this. So all I did with these was complete the story and do the odd 2 or 3 there. I mean, one of the most annoying ones on that was I think you had to hit a bow, hit an arrow with your knife when it shot at you. That took a few goes, but that was bagged in half an hour, I'd say, but a lot of tries on that. And then we're going on to Unreal Tournament 3. Now, I tell you what a game this was. I actually went nuts on this just because I loved the tripod machines in this. Why we haven't, I mean, they could have taken those tripods out and just made a game just with those things. Those tripods were so cool to use. And the speed of the game, I mean, again, Unreal Tournament it is old franchise. And I didn't really hear of it before then, but I love the speed. I love that I've got an A rank. I put some hours into this, I tell you. I mean, I couldn't aim for the platinum. I tried. I think doing the campaign on like ultra hard difficulty was nuts. And I think a lot of my trophies that are getting, I think you had to get 10 kills with one weapon, and that gave you an award, but you couldn't have that award in the same match twice. And I think you had to do it 20 times. So that goes to show, I think I did 5 or 6 of those with different guns. So it just goes to show you how many matches I played to get certain trophies. And again, an A rank on that as well. Very happy with that. So Prototype, another sandbox experience, very gory. I'm going to skip over this quite quickly. I didn't enjoy it that much. I hated the last minute boss. I think that there was a time limit on it, wasn't they? I mean, not really a problem, but I just don't like if you're going through all the game and then right at the end you've got a time limit on a boss. I don't know. It didn't suit the game. I was expecting a big, let's jump, go around the city, or like he's coming out of a skyscraper and you've got to climb a skyscraper. Anything like that. Just not some stupid shitty boss on a boat with a time limit. It was boring. But again, A rank on that. And not, again, just story-related trophies really on that one. So coming on to a lot of people's favourite game. And definitely at the time it did shake up everything, didn't it? I mean, Bioshock was on everyone's minds at some point back in the day. Great trophy set again. I believe there's one where you have to do the entire game without using one of those chambers. And the second I saw that type of trophy, those type of trophies, they totally put me off in games. Totally, they put me off the trophy list. I'm like, I'm very impatient when it comes to trophies. If I can't do it in a sitting, like some games I might think, oh yeah, I'm going to have to sit down just to do that specific trophy, but I'm not going to spend however long getting one trophy. It's not going to happen. So Bioshock there. Again, in here, I've got a lot of these erased, so I'm quite happy with these. And these are some of the early day ones. These are ones that I'm giving you little reviews at the time. But yeah, Bioshock, great game. I actually preferred the second one, but we'll get to that. So Ghostbusters, the video game, again, A-rank. I remember playing this, and I believe they've redone this recently. I mean, I say recently, past few months, 5 or 6 months maybe. Redone it on PS4. might tempt to pick up, but I remember going for the platinum on this and get to a point where I was like, you know what, I've trashed everything. So there's a trophy in this for trashing or doing so much amount of damage dollars wise. And I smashed everything. I mean, I really did. And it never popped. And I just got frustrated again. Again, it's my impatience coming through for trophies. Really impatient on that one. So next one is Infamous. Again, God, Infamous was a good game, wasn't it? I remember the colour palette in that game being very drip and dry. It was very grey, wasn't it? And that city was very grey. Again, I don't want to stick on that one too. I actually preferred the second one. The second one was fantastic. The first one was good. I remember playing that. I do remember playing Infamous a lot. And the trophy set there, I believe there's only a couple of ones I missed out on. I think it was do it completing the game on hard if that was a thing. But again, Fear 2, Far Cry 2 here, the two twos together. And Fear 2, did they make a Fear 3? I can't remember. I only played Fear 2 because I saw it once on a demo. I think actually it was on a demo. I played a demo of it and I loved it. I thought, I'll pick that up. I think it was really cheap. It was only like a tenner. And then obviously Far Cry 2. Far Cry 2, I stopped and started it quite a lot with Far Cry 2. And yeah, it wasn't really... I didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't know what I was doing in Far Cry 2. Again, because there was two maps, it totally threw me off. I think that one, did you have malaria in that? I'm sure you had some weird, you had a virus, yeah, it was malaria, wasn't it? Where you had to constantly top yourself up. Yeah. I remember, that'd probably be the reason why I didn't go for the platinum. Yeah. Annoyed. So they're like the first. This little chunk here, I like getting this. I might have gone over this a bit quick, but I like getting these guys out of the way. These guys are not the cream of the crop. Let's put it that way. It's one I didn't know what I was doing. Trophies were brand new. Not a lot of people knew what they were, and yeah, didn't really settle with me. And that is until, I mean, there is a game further on which we'll talk about later if we get to it in this video. I don't know if we'll stop there. Yeah, all right. We've got an end point, guys. We have got an end point. But moving on to Batman Arkham Asylum, I mean, I can't say any more than what's already been said about the Arkham games. They are the cream of the crop, the superhero game. The only game that has come close to Batman Arkham Asylum, and it is not Spider-Man 2. I will fight anybody on that. It is not Spider-Man 2, and that's only because Insomniac did a much better game a few years ago. Marvel Spider-Man, I believe, what was it, 2019, 2018? Was it? Might have been 2020. God. It's recently anyway. That is the only game that comes close to making you feel like a superhero and putting you in a superhero shoes. What a great trophy set for Batman Arkham Asylum. Fantastic trophy set. The only ones that gave me a problem were the challenges. We had to get 3 stars on the challenges. So the Predator challenges, I found piece of piss, nice and easy. But it was the combat ones, stringing all the combat together. And then there was obviously that one trophy where you had to combine every single combo or whatever, or movement into a combo, and you couldn't break that combo, and you could only do that on a few challenge levels. So they're the only ones that gave me problems. But I adored Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm so happy I got the platinum trophy on it. I know a lot of people have. It is an old game now. I even revisited later on when they did a remaster collection. And I got the platinum there. But man, Batman, you want to butt me up? Talk about Batman Arkham Asylum. What a game! So earlier on we mentioned about Uncharted. My personal favourite, the best game in the series, I don't care what anyone says about Uncharted 4, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves is the best Uncharted game. Now, we are, at the time of recording this, we are extremely close to the release of the Uncharted movie. Now, I'm in two minds whether to make a video about that, because I'm going to go see it, but at the same time, Tom Holland is not Nathan Drake. He's not my Nathan Drake. He's too young to be playing Nathan Drake. He's not grizzled enough. You want it to be getting some I'm not a casting director, so I don't know who to choose, but not Tom Holland. He's too, if he says, oh my God, in that squeaky little accent, that weird British / American accent he has that drives me nuts. I mean, I can just about stand him in Spider-Man, but seeing the trailers for Uncharted, I mean, I think Mark Wahlberg as Sully is good. I'm happy with that, but Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, oh my God. But we'll see what happens. I've been wrong before. I want to be wrong, but I can't see it myself. But Uncharted 2, again, you'll see not a lot of trophies in this. Now, Uncharted 2, I pissed myself off because I did the entire game on hard to get one of the trophies, and it got to the very last boss, and I believe you're in like a set of trees, and he's throwing dynamite at you. Again, this was talking 13 years ago, so apologies if that might be a bit off. Well, I just couldn't do it. And again, I'm impatient. I won't have it. I did it. I stuck with it for about an hour, might even been 2 hours. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to change difficulty, stick it on easy. And yeah, a glutton for punishment because I did the entire campaign on hard. But just because I didn't do the last boss, I didn't ping the trophy. But it's got one of my all-time favorite levels in a video game, especially for the PlayStation 3, and that was the train. I think it was chapter... My memory serves me correctly. It's either chapter 13 or 14. Please, someone amend me if I got that wrong. I do apologize, but I'm sure it was around that area. We work your way from the front of the train, and it's just and then when the helicopter shows up and it tumbles the one of the carriages. That was just brilliant. That was fantastic. So yeah, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Again, I'm not going to go over the trophies again. It's pretty much the same as the other one. Completed on a certain difficulty and all the collectibles. And a B rank on that as well. Okay. So moving on. We've got Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Moving on again, we've got Assassin's Creed. Moving on again, we've got Transformers Revenge of the... Moving on, Mirror's Edge was good. I don't want to talk about these. I've really got nothing to say, guys, about these 4 games. That I've played them for the sake of playing them. Assassin's Creed, did I say 3? Assassin's Creed 2. The only trophy I haven't got, I believe, is the feathers, which I know everyone's got the platinum trophy for Assassin's Creed 2, but I didn't know you could get a map to find the freaking feathers, did I? Okay. So I just assumed, I'm going to have to go into the world on all these little different cities and find these shitty little feathers. And I can't do that because I'm too impatient and I don't want to do that. But I didn't know there's a bloody map for it as well. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. I've always been taking the piss off for not getting that platinum trophy. Rightly so. But Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, do I really need to say much about that? Mirror's Edge, yeah. And then we're moving on to Bioshock 2. So we're getting to a point now where I think I'm going to make this one of my last ones for this episode. But Bioshock 2 was a great game. Good on the online multiplayer for Bioshock 2 was great. I remember playing it I sank in a good few hours on the multiplayer. I thought it was brilliant. And then even I preferred this over Bioshock. I really did. I just liked it. The world was more flushed out. I liked the added little sisters. I thought there was a great threat. I love that you played. I think it was the one where you played as a Big Daddy. I know in the first one did you get to play as a Big Daddy at some point towards the end? Again, we were talking a long time ago. But Bioshock 2, yeah, playing as a Big Daddy was fantastic. I mean, wow, so cool. And I want to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it there, guys, because we've gone through a good chunk of games there, and these videos, this is going to be a series. So we're going to get to a point where I am going to be able to edit a bit more of these, but I know it's just been me talking for the past 20-25 minutes, but I don't want to bore you. We've got a long way to go, and I want to be able to, I need to get my capture card. It's on its way. It's just when it's arriving. But yeah, we're going to move, instead of being on here, we're going to move over to my PlayStation 5 so I can actually whiz around the trophies and show you the difficulties and everything and discuss a bit more. But I hope you like this. This is more of an in-depth look, as I said, and it's just from the feedback I've gotten from my past other videos. Everyone obviously likes that I've spoken to likes looking at a trophy collection. I love talking about trophies. It's a fantastic hobby to get into, especially if you've got a PlayStation, or even better if you haven't got a PlayStation. Get a PlayStation. Easy said than done nowadays, I know. But yeah, no, we've ended on Bioshock 2. So next time we're here, I don't know when I'm going to carry on with this series. It might be once a month. It might be once every 2 weeks. We'll just see how the videos go. But we're going to start off with Aliens versus Predator. But once again, guys, thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye.